matter not how, I'm telling you why Santa Claus.
Okay. See if we get something like that. Look like the one that's in the instead of the cross. Him being a penguin.
There, yeah. Now walk like a penguin. Walk like a penguin. What's that called?
All day dining pass.
Eat like a pig pass.
Yep. Coffee. She knows where we are.
Alright.
So have you got your bag, Becky? Yep. What are you going to get? Everything.
Can you go out here, yeah?
No.
5 minutes to go.
Right, I need to find the recipe on throwing your fingers out and fish. Where's Pat? Simple. Yeah, I know.
Inside, they would naturally be found on some of those islands around Antarctica where it is cold. A lot of the 18 species though like it warmer, so you'll find penguins in places like South America, South Africa, Australia, as far north as the Galapagos Islands, so right by the equator. We've got the Adelie penguins represented in blue. They're kind of the typical cartoony tuxedo looking penguins. We've got the southern rockhopper in red. They're one of the crested species, so they have these feathers that stick up. They're kind of bright yellow. We've got the king penguin in purple. They're going to be the second largest species. They look kind of similar to emperor penguins, which a lot of people are familiar with. They stand about a foot shorter. They've got the bright orange bill and the yellow ear patches. We've got chinstrap penguins, named for that line of feathers there on their chin. And then we've got a whole bunch of gentoo penguins. And they kind of have a white headband of feathers and a yellow bill. And then the one in black is the Magellanic penguin. That's one of the warmer weather penguins. They're native to Chile, Argentina, and the Falkland Islands. Make your nest. All the blue eggs, or all the blue dots are real eggs. The red dots are fake eggs or dummy eggs. And the green pegs are those chicks that I was talking about. Actually, and I said 3 chicks. We actually have 4 chicks. One hatched out overnight. So it was there this morning. So every day we come in, we do daily nest checks. Most of our pairs have finished laying their eggs at this point, but breeding season starts first week in October is when we typically bring in the nesting material. So once they start laying eggs, every morning we check for any new ones. That way we know when the egg was laid, we can predict when a chick should be hatching out. Say each species has their own incubation period. Roughly it's going to be 1 to 2 months. So the little guys like the rock. These are real eggs. They just didn't have anything in them. We'll poke a hole in one. Pounds of fish in a day for the entire colony. I imagine they'll probably start to pick up more once we have more chicks that are hatching out. The parents are going to be feeding the chicks, so they may be eating a little bit. That's going to be their lunch and dinner. It'll consist of herring, capelin, so the top 2 are herring. They swallow whole, so we get smaller herring for little guys like the rockhoppers. Capelin, that's going to have a lot of water and kind of be the less fattier fish, so it's kind of the base of their diet. Silver size, that's kind of a small treat-like fish, very high in fat and a lot of birds really like it, so we'll put it in the water feeds to encourage them to swim for their food. And then they'll get krill, so it's like a tiny little shrimp there. We do have trays of fish on land, which is important for those older penguins that are a little bit slower. We want to make sure they're not out competed, so we have. So this guy here is Caspian. He is a juvenile king penguin. He hatched out last January, so he's not even a year old yet. And he is going to do a lot of this behavior. When he sees your hand, he's probably going to be reaching out for it, looking for fish. He's kind of a beggar. He hasn't quite figured out how to feed himself. So we're cutting back on that. He does get hand-fed a vitamin fish, usually around this time of day. But he needs to start figuring out how to either feed for himself from the trays or preferably start swimming. And if you guys want to get like individual and group photos with him, we can get some pose pictures while he's still nice and calm. And then we'll have more time to hang out. If he's still having it, I'll let him walk around and you can keep touching him and taking more pictures. We'll try and get some pose pictures here first. Excuse me guys, we're sneaking behind you. This is the straight one. Over to the left-hand side, you'll see a whole bunch of gentoos. So there's some gentoos looking at us just on the other side of the white wall. They do have a nest there, but they haven't done anything. They haven't laid eggs, so they're just kind of standing there.
This one's got an icon.
Yeah, so that's nesting behavior there. They typically make their nest out of rocks, and they'll carry the rocks in their mouth, but they will also bring back ice chips to their nest. Some of them will bring fish back to their nest too, so whatever they find, they'll carry it back. It depends. Ellie penguins can actually get about 5 to 6 feet out of the water, just propelling themselves up onto
They
the
also get used to the environment then and exactly where things are, so they know when to come out. There's not very...
For the most part, yeah, they're pretty good about that, but sometimes they do kind of misjudge it, especially when they're first learning too. Like Caspian actually this morning, he was in the water and he was kind of swimming and porpoising. He came a little bit close to the skimmer wall over here, so he's like, oh. But they adjust and they figure it out.
I remember a few years ago we were filming and one fell in.
Yeah, they do. They do fall in, yeah. Some of them don't quite land the landing out of the water either.
How long have you lived with them?
I've been here 11 years.
Yes.
Wow. So you'd worked in old exhibit as well then with the weight conveyor belts. The old exhibit.
Yes, so I did work in the old exhibit. Yeah, that's where I started. Our department takes care of all the birds in the park, so I did spend some time in what we call our bird room area. So I took care of the flamingos at the front of the park. We got a couple duck ponds. We used to have, so I've done probably about half of the time with just penguins.
Yeah.
We're big fans of being since 1988 SeaWorld.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just about every year. So we have videos from, well, years before they would have, when old dolphin.
Did it better for you and the penguin, having worked in both?
There are things that are good about this new exhibit. There are things that we don't like. It's nice that the guests get a chance to like experience the coldness and how it is. They have some different nesting areas too. This exhibit's a little bit longer, so there's more space, which is good. The water, the glass in front of the water though, it's not quite high enough or tilted in, so some of the birds can hop up onto the glass.
We've seen
or
that,
over it. Yeah. So unfortunately we have to put up nets at night when we're not here.
Notice his eyes are going sideways. Yeah.
He's got a nictitating membrane, so that's a clear, like kind of a third eyelid. It's a clear membrane that goes back and forth that helps to protect the eye.
He's really relaxed as well, isn't he? Not bothered, not scared.
No, he's good. They're not all like this though. We definitely have some kings that would not tolerate this. These two kings are kind of danger. So a boy and a girl, they may or may not pair up together this year. They're Pippin's on the left. He's still young. He hasn't paired up before. That's Cole on the right. But the way that they dress, like online, like, oh, this is what the birds see. Like with the different UV spectrums, they'll see multiple colors. But it's thought that like the bright orange patches that they have on their ears, that probably helps attract mates to the bright coloring. They don't, obviously not all penguins have coloring, so it just depends on the species. But I've read that there was a study where they covered up the orange patches and those birds didn't successfully mate. So it's thought that maybe helps with that. So not so much with their markings. There are a couple birds that have distinctive markings, so you can identify them that way. Mostly it's just by their band numbers, so we just kind of remember. She molted the little Adelie that you on that like our hands and legs and stuff. So penguins are colonial. They want to be with a group of other penguins. There's that safety in numbers. The different species will overlap in areas, but we kind of have ways of adapting. So yeah, those guys are full-grown rock hoppers.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, the rock hoppers, kind of like the kings, when they're about 2 years old, they get their full coloring. So we'll get his yellow feather crest. His bill will kind of look a little bit more like that orangey color that those guys have by the gate.
Is there any reason why?
He's just checking you out. He might preen you a little bit.
Is there any
So you
reason
check your
why
feathers
the
and stuff.
feathers come off the head
There's a few species. They're called crested penguins, so they're kind of just a group of penguins. They evolved to have those feather crests. Again, it's thought that it probably does help attract mates. The ones that have, the really vibrant ones, it's probably a show that they're healthy. So those are going to be birds that are more likely to pair up and find a mate.
Touch it, it feels different. Yeah, it does. It feels different. It's not as smooth as. Have a quick touch. Sit down with them.
Started coming back up on land. We're done with
He's
it.
preening you.
They start to settle into the life. We do have sleepovers, so they're different. It's like your jacket looks
Yeah, totally different. And yet still as compact.
Yeah.
Like chocolate.
Yeah, our snow machines will run overnight.
You want one
Go on with.
I was enjoying that.